when doubt becomes the teacher. I woke up this morning and I had this feeling of doubt, heavy doubt. Part of this was still around money. I shared this yesterday in the video yesterday. And the reason for that was that I'm doing different things. I'm an entrepreneur. My mind is entrepreneurial, and a person signed up for one of my programs, and it's kind of good money that came in, and I was truly grateful for that, because that payment was like also signal for me that what I worked with this program was something that I've been doing and enjoying doing for the last 3 years. And as I've shared in the last couple of videos, my journey right now is that something big is growing inside of me, a new project. And like I shared 2 or 3 days ago, a project where it feels like my soul is calling me out for this one, to just do it. And with that, I also shared that resistance is showing up in different speakings or feelings. And one part of the resistance was probably that this morning I had in mind, okay, I worked for 3 years on the other project and it's not bad, it's good. And like I said, money's coming in. So why would I leave that? That was a question. I had doubt around this. And so instead of, I was grateful, I was happy, I felt the happiness, I was like, wow, this is cool. But I also felt the pressure because, okay, if I am diving into this next project, what about my other projects? And this lead me into what I call the crossroad here that happened to me this morning. I was sitting thinking, brainstorming, journaling around this. And one of the resistant things, and maybe if you are an entrepreneur, maybe if you are a creator, you can relate to this. One of the resistant things is that I have multiple things going on. And I got an investment channel in my own language. That's something that I have on YouTube, and I've been doing this for the last 3 years, and I have an email list. I have people who are actually following and enjoying the energy of what we're doing. So, and that's been something that I've been spending a lot of time on. And I even traveled and I spent a lot of money also because I've invested in my own studying, growth, learning, and that's what I'm sharing. So that's one thing. Maybe you can relate to these things. And when I was thinking about it this morning, but it's also part of my brainstorm when I've been tossing back and forward with this project where my soul is calling, is actually that I'm also, for the last 3 years, I've also been acting, like I shared before. I'm an actor today. I didn't go to school. I just followed the flow, and I had roles in total of 30 short movies now and 7 or 8 main or lead roles. And also been in the national TV sometimes now, and a lot of commercials that I've done. So I spent a lot of time on this the last 3 years, and I enjoyed it. And at the same time, it's been a really growing thing for me. So that's number 2 thing I got going on. And now the third thing is that I've been involved, and we are working on this, and we will know in the next 1 or 2 months with 2 partners. They have a restaurant today, a burger restaurant. And we are together to figure out if we are going to emerge, like I'm joining them. So we're creating the whole vision, for growing, for expansion for their restaurant. They want to grow. They want to go out to more people, and I like it, but they need someone like me with my experience, because I've done this a couple of times. So I also spend time on this. And all of these projects, they matter for me. I've done them, I've followed the flow, inspiration, and now, like I said, and I'm being totally transparent here, is that when this project been calling inside of me and I felt like a spark, I felt like, okay, some fire is building up here and this might be a sign for me to jump into this. One of my first questions on the first day was, but I have so many things going on. I love having things going on, but maybe it's too much. And I also said, but I'll figure it out. At the right time, I maybe have to make a decision, but that's not going to take me out of the game of following this project. So the thing that I asked myself this morning was that, am I spreading myself too thin? And if I have to relocate my time and figure out how to do this, how will I make this happen without sacrificing the things that I am passionate about and I've been spending many hours for the last 3 years and 3 or 4 months now with these 2 restaurant partners. But also I had this question coming up, and again, maybe I'm sharing because I want to share my journey here, and also because I've been an entrepreneur for the last 30 years, running businesses, a manager, all of these things. So, but maybe it's also because I am in a comfortable space right now. And I asked myself, well, am I maybe scared to fully commit to something new that could go and be something really great that could help a lot of people? Am I just scared to do that? So that's the tension I've been in this morning, and it's still here. It's still inside of me right now. And like I said in the beginning, it's doubt. It's doubt between what I've already built and the next thing that's calling. It's doubt if I can manage all of this or if I have to let go of something. And I enjoy all of these things. So, and the next thing was that came to me is doubt beneath the doubt, because I was actually again asking myself, so this new vision, this new calling inside of me, this thing that's been growing inside of me. And here comes the thing, I really asked myself, is it because I'm afraid that it will not work out? Is it because I'm afraid that I will not reach the people that I want to serve with this? And will it work? Am I actually scared of putting a lot of work into this and it's not going to work out? So, and I don't, maybe you can relate to that one too. And the thing is, for me, I think it's very much about, that's my journey, that's what I'm sharing, and this is all about manifestation. This is the process of manifestation. I'm just being totally transparent about what's going on inside of me, because we create from the inside out. You create from the inside out. So my big realization this day is actually like this. Maybe the point is not to be sure. Maybe the point is to stay in it, to stay honest, stay open, and keep creating even when I don't know. Because this is the thing that I realized, and I've known this before, but we don't know. we don't know. And so we can have different things that we want to follow, and we can, should I go left or right? But the thing is, at the end of left or right, we don't know what will happen. We can fantasize about it, but we don't know. And some of the teachers that I've been also sharing in videos, because I was studying them, Neville Goddard and more than Neville Goddard is about, know that just live in the end result. So what I realized is this, like I said, is it's kind of like just stay in it. Stay honest with myself. Do the things that I need to do and stay honest with myself. And also I share it with you, hopefully to help and inspire and maybe even stir something inside of you. Because all of this is about something is calling for me. A vision is growing inside of me. Maybe it's my soul calling and it's getting louder and louder. And here are some of my thoughts that I wanted to share with you too. Learnings, insights. It's kind of like doubt might not have to be the opposite of faith. Maybe it's a part of it. So you can have faith in this is the right thing that I'm doing and still feel the doubt, but still creating it. And maybe this, I've been coaching plus 100 experienced high-level entrepreneurs, and I've been doing seminars for thousands and thousands of people, so I know a bit about these things, and I'm really being as aware as possible with myself here. So maybe this is something that we as entrepreneurs forget sometimes, that when we create, when we build something new, or we take the next step into the next phase, into the next chapter, there will be uncertainty, not confidence. Confidence comes often when we begin to see the results. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it takes longer. So it's quite normal in the beginning to feel uncertainty. Can't really see what are the next steps, but they will show up, it will all unfold. So what I'm learning today is probably this, that I will let the doubt sit beside me, be inside me, and I will not try to fix it. I will not try to fight it. If it gets too much, I will be with it and I will see if there's something that needs to be transformed, but I will just let it be there for now. And I'll keep creating. So I will, just to make sure I got this right, I will reallocate about doing this now, reallocate my hours, how much time I spend on different things, and I will put more time into this project now, because so I did that already today. I will do that for next week too. I will put more time into creating the foundation of this, and I cannot tell you yet what it's going to be, but because I want to be clear around it. So you are with me all the way in this phase here. And actually, maybe this is just a thought too, that if you felt some of this tension, or you know it, because that's one thing too, might be that most people, and again, I've been teaching, helping, supporting, guiding thousands and thousands of people, might be that most people, they never go into something new because it's scary, because there's a lot of questions showing up, because we might fail. So maybe you know this tension, and maybe you are an experienced entrepreneur, creator, maybe you've done good things, but like me, something new is calling. You know there's something inside of you that just wants you to do something even bigger and greater. And that tension is between safe and what's calling. So out here, there's something calling for us, and I do believe that's what it is. There's a future here that's calling for us. And then we're here, we're safe, we know all we're doing right now. So the tension is in here, and maybe in the beginning, until we begin to take the steps. And when we feel this, it might be, this is also what came to me, that we are, or you are not stuck. It's not about that. It might be that we are being stretched. And my learning here today is that that's where creation really begins. So as I said in the beginning, I hope this inspired you somehow, stirs maybe something up inside of you, but I also want to, maybe if you got something whispering inside of you, something, a future where you are bigger, where you are doing even better and greater. And I'm not saying hustling and grinding even more. That's not what it's about. It's just about stepping into that version, or letting that fire inside of you speak more. Let it burn so you are alive, so you feel alive. That's my path. Manifesting, creating from the inside and out. If something shows up for you, with you, in you, I would really love if you would share it in the comments. And I will make sure to read it, and I will also comment on it. And this is a part of my free manifestation community for creators, for conscious entrepreneurs. And I don't want to say too much about this, but if you want to find out more about this, there's a link below this video. And I hope to see you in the next one. So lots of love.